Welcome to Post Game on the Pitch. I'm Osvita Mara and Russell Brown. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, it feels good to be back.
You've been on vacation.
Yeah, a little hiatus. Yeah. Other work, man.
Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, I see you sporting.
Gotta stay busy. Stay busy.
You 24/7 Jamaican man. Got all kind of jobs. But right now, what we're doing here, shout out to SU, alumni, and currently you're the sports information assistant director.
Yeah, something like that.
Doing your thing. But
throw
anyway.
some words around.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do the Seattle U Connection. Christian Roldan.
Yep.
We just talked about
Alex Roldan.
Alex Roldan. I did that again in the interview.
You did in the press conference, too.
The Roldans, they're everywhere. Here's my point to kind of, for me to back it up. Both of the Roldans played a really good game.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
In terms of what did you see midfield play?
Well, they played really well off the right side. Obviously, they kind of overlap each other. And Alex in the back, Christian more in the front. And, I think they played excellent together. On the flip side, you can say Jordan on the other side was getting behind the back line of NYCFC. So I think, both of the outside play was really well. And that question was brought up to Schmetzer about, you can play inside to the out or outside to the in. And today I think it was a little more outside to in because they were playing it to Jordan or on the flip side to the Roldans to make things happen on the right side.
Just to take care of the business, the Seattle Sounders defeat New York City Football Club 3-1 in leg one of the CONCACAF Champions League. So now a week from Wednesday, that would be today, they go, and what are you looking for that?
Yep.
Given what you saw today.
Well, this is a team that obviously they're coming off an MLS Cup win. This is a very good side for NYCFC. They're not playing in a home match. They're not playing at Yankee Stadium. They're going to play at Red Bull Arena, which is their rivals in New Jersey. But, it's going to be interesting because we talked about this in the last leg of, now that you have the lead, do you kind of park the bus and, hold on to that, or do you go after it and get that security? And Schmetzer said, we're going to go after it. You never sit back and say, hey, we're just going to, take care of our lead. We're going to improve on it, especially when there's a chance you host a second leg in the championship over whatever Mexican club you end up getting. And they currently are top in the goal differential by 1. So if you pick up another goal and get the win, things get set up pretty nice. And, thoughts of 2019 MLS Cup being hosted here start to pop up if you can get the Champions League back in Seattle and in North America, or in America, I should say.
There you go. You're running with it, and fair enough, and why not? The way it is there's 4 teams left in 2 semifinals, and then what you're doing is the one teams that score the most goals that advance, whatever team they are. So Seattle and NYCFC, right? Whoever advances, playing on the other semifinal bracket, those 2 winners, whoever scored the most goals, then will host. And so, hence to your point, which is really great. And again, Schmetzer said before this all week, we're going to go into this full on, and they came out with the high press.
Yep.
I mean, he's talked about it all season, and, I'm just surprised at the aggressiveness of the Sounders. Were you in terms of the high press at home?
I was. You pointed out immediately in the press box, and it obviously was shown, but I think it added that energy to the club. It really trapped NYCFC on the from the kickoff and had been on the back heel, and so many chances were created. Obviously, the Sounders got off to a great start with 2 goals in the first half, finished it off in the second half with another one. But I think it was because they threw off NYCFC early and were able to build into their own game, which Schmetzer pointed out. If anybody watches, they do it all the time. Do they execute it perfectly? No, but today I think they executed as close to perfect as the Sounders formula is kind of drawn up.
And which is to press high and then obviously counterattack, and the higher up that you can cause a possession, it's in any sport, right? I mean, turnovers in football, basketball, same thing, right? Turnover, get a transition, get you in the layup. So that's what the Sounders have really perfected, and it really helps when you have a player like Albert Rusnak who's really playing to that role. Would you not agree with that?
I would agree 100%. Now that he has his first goal, which is nice to mention, in a rave green uniform, it's starting to see him develop more. We saw him play a solid game in Minnesota. We saw him, start to come more into his role with this club, and a lot of scrutiny happened over the first few games that he was the big signing and he hasn't had that performance. Well, he has had the performance, just hasn't had the goals, and I think sometimes you can overlook a performance if they're not putting balls in the back of the net. And I think now that he's scored, the pressure's off, and you're going to see him really start to open up and help the squad.
Yeah, and his ability to either play up, because he talked about the post game, his ability to play up upfield. He's a midfielder in Minnesota, so which means that he's closer to the attack. He's not somewhere defensively. Today, he was further back in the midfield, which means that he put little defense, but he was more able to read what's going on and play more of a distributor.
Him and JP were doing a great job, and as you said, Spencer pointed that out as well. They're not the typical six. You have Ozzy Alonso or Gustav Svensson, but they are capable of playing good defense. Are they more offensive-minded? Sure, but they are able to drop back and play that defensive role.
Yeah, just closing it up here, I think the Sounders' ability to adapt in-game is what's really making this team, I think, one of the best the Sounders have ever had. Any closing comments as we go?
I think, there's no pressure. There was a comment that the Mexican media now has put the Sounders as the favorite to win this. It'll be the first American team to ever win in the 13 years of the competition. And Schmetzer's talked about it several times that they don't buy into media, they don't buy into pressure. But I think not necessarily pressure, but it's almost a pride thing that this team has put together so well, and that MLS is always competing with Liga MX, and they finally have a chance with the Sounders to get that crowning achievement. You obviously have to take care of NYCFC in New Jersey, but this is a great opportunity. I think the Sounders are really going to go after and try and seize the day.
Absolutely. Okay, he is Russell Brown. I'm Masvita Maraire. Point of note, Sounders win 3-1, and they will leg 2 a week from today in New Jersey. You know the last time a Seattle team was in New Jersey, you know what happened?
Super Bowl.
Yeah, there you go. They won. So let's hope history will repeat itself, so to speak. All right, so that's it for Post Game on the Pitch. Thanks, y'all, for watching.